Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Now we are finally going to get back into horror films that in one way or another could tie into the series that my friend Matt is starting. I'm kind of cheating here because this movie is technically a psychological thriller, but personally I would put psychological thrillers as a branch of horror, but I guess that's just me personally. Either way, let's talk about Unsane. For the longest time, I actually thought that Unsane was a typo for insane, but I saw it on all the posters and I was like, that's not a real word. I still don't think it's a real word. Doesn't make any unsane. Un as in not anymore, you're not sane anymore. I just got it. So Unsane follows a woman named Sawyer, played by Claire Foy, as she moves thousands of miles away to escape a stalker. And apparently the situation she was in was bad enough that she has to go talk to a psychiatrist. And when she accidentally lets it slip that she may sometimes, occasionally, maybe think of killing herself, they ask her to sign some papers, and she unintentionally admits herself into the psych ward of a hospital. And they won't let her out, no matter how much she tries. And as she's locked in there, she starts to see her stalker, knowing that it can't be him. She's thousands of miles away. Can it? To explain how this film could connect with the series that Matt is doing, when we're making these short films, we don't have much in the way of equipment. We have the few props that we can afford. We have some lighting, which Matt bought, that I think works really well. But as far as shooting goes, we have Matt's iPhone. That's all we have. And that's how this connects. Because this movie was shot on an iPhone. Instead of a studio camera, they used an iPhone. That's insane. Or unsane. Don't look at me like that. And so, for being shot just on an iPhone, the shots in this are really good. The cinematography and just the way that the picture itself looks. It looks very professionally done, like it was just with a camera. If I didn't know that this was made with an iPhone, I would have no idea. I wouldn't have a clue. But not only is it shot really well, the performances are also equally as good. Especially from our leading lady, Sawyer. You really see her descent into madness as this movie goes on. And the movie only takes place over a week. And so you see where she starts and she just descends fast. And you really start to care for her and feel bad for her. She does make a friend, though, from a character played by Pharaoh, which I thought it was weird to see him in this movie because he's a comedian. But, he plays the comedic relief, and you like him a lot in this movie. You like him a whole lot. It was kind of funny. My mom, when we were watching this movie, she was like, I don't know why, but he just reminds me of Will Smith. And I was like, why? Because he's black? Mom, you racist. My mom's not a racist, I swear. I was just giving her crap. But I see what she means, because he has this charisma about him that you are just immediately drawn in, and you're like, I want to be friends with this guy. I like this guy. And then there's David, played by Joshua Leonard, and he is the man that Sawyer believes to be her stalker, and he works at the hospital. And she sees him and she just starts freaking out. And she's like, you can't be near me. I have a restraining order. And this guy's just like, what are you talking about? So she is flipping her lid. And David, he comes across as like a sweetheart. And you feel bad for him because this woman is treating him like garbage. But there's also just that other side of you that is like, is that him? Is that why he's being so nice? I don't know. And that's where this movie really shines, is the mystery of it. Is this actually David? Is Sawyer just actually insane? Or should I say, I swear to God, Brandon, I will drown your turtle. Why do you have to ruin my fun? No, this isn't a flawless film. There are a couple of problems that I have with it. Like, one is really just kind of a nitpick, and it's something that they couldn't really help since the director decided to use the iPhone. And that is that since it is, a phone camera, the depth perception, like, on screen is kind of weird. Like, things seem way further back than they should be, or like they'll be sitting there and like the phone will be on the table facing them and their hands will just be like this as they're talking to somebody and they're just going about, and it's like, get your hands out of my face. Why did I just turn into Christopher Walken? What was that? Get your hands out of my face. Okay, so apparently I can't do it on purpose. We're gonna forget that happened. Moving on. Another really weird thing is, like, this movie, like I said, it's shot really well, it's acted really well, it all is just, it's really good, and then it builds up, then you have the climax, and then you have the resolution, and then it ends on, like, this Z-grade horror film freeze frame. Like when it just froze and she just kind of froze, like, I was like, what just happened? What is that? Why did we do that? Are we like in the early 80s, late 70s? Who thought that was a good idea? Was the editor drunk? What just happened? It looks so stupid. And it, like, stays on the freeze frame as the credits start rolling. It is one of the cheesiest, tackiest things they could have done to bookend this good movie. And I don't understand it. It really bothered me. And the main issue I have is that there is a certain... It's going to be difficult to word this. There is a certain aspect of the movie that I wish they kept going with. Like, they were doing something really cool with the movie, and then they just kind of get rid of it. It's like, okay, that's over, moving on. And it's like, no, I really liked that. Why did you stop? And it really bothered me. Like, it kind of took me out of it for a little bit because it was that jarring, and I don't know. It was like not even halfway into the movie, and I don't know. I wish they would have kept going with that. But even with that, the movie is good. I would highly recommend that people see Unsane if they are looking for a good psychological thriller. So with it being shot well, acted well, being tense, and with only 2 nitpicks of weird depth perception and a really weird freeze frame, and an actual flaw with them getting rid of an aspect, I'm going to give Unsane a B-. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Next week, we're actually going to bring back my Let's Talk segment like I did for Gotham. Make sure you look forward to that, and also like and subscribe so that I can see you guys next time.